everybody. This is gonna be another tutorial based on fluids, okay? It's fluid effects and it's gonna be within particle systems or dynamics here. This tab we've used many times. And here in fluid effects. So what I'm gonna do is try to create an emitter inside of fluid effect box. We'll see what that means. And I'm going to try to somehow conduct or move the emitter along a curve, like for example shaping a letter to do this typical effect of smoke following a line. That's very useful for some animations. Okay, so let's start creating the container for the fluid with an emitter itself. So if you go to dynamics again and fluid effects, there's several options here. You can create a container, you can create a container with emitter here. So I'm going to press this guy and let me turn off the grid to see it better. And this is it. This is the container that we can select. Have all the properties here in the left of the shape. They call it the container. And on the other hand, I can select independently the emitter, which will be a fluid emitter. The moment we play this, and let's change also the time frames to something bigger like 500 and play it, we know this type of emitter creating particles, just that the particles are expanding not as just a basic emitter, but more of a fluid emitter, which just we can even render this in a very simple way. We'll see kind of a fluid, it's kind of like gassy type of fluid, but it's not so different from emitter. Basically, the particles have attached to themselves a way of rendering which relates to fluids. So okay, so let's see what we can do with this. First of all, we can select let's go to the beginning, select the container, and see the things that we can change that are very important for now. You see this grid, this is going to relate to the resolution or the quality of the fluid when we render it. We're going to be able to change it here. For now I'm going to put 20, but in the next part of this tutorial we're going to use 200 for rendering, which will be the good quality resolution, but for now 20 is fine. And the size, again, if I press here, the size will measure in a way the size of this container. So I'm going to just put like 30 here. You see how it spans. I'm going to put like 20, and I'm going to put 15 here. So we have a big container now. You can also select the emitter and just press W and move it wherever you want. As long as it's inside of the container, it will create the smoke or fluid that we want to deliver. We can do a simple animation such as pressing here, press S, move the time frame, move the guy, press S, and we will have an emitter moving from here to here from different time frames and create smoke at the same time. I'm not going to do that one because I think that's a very straightforward mechanism that I think you guys can do very easily. So I'm going to do the other option that I think is interesting, which is creating a curve and then attach this emitter to that curve so it follows the curve. This will go in the same way to any other object that you may want to animate following a curve. Okay, so let's do it. Create CV curve. Let's make sure in options that we're in cubic here, 3. Yes, we create CV curve, and I'm going to go to the front view just to create somehow a text type of thing. I don't know, U or something. Kind of fancy here at the end. Okay, let's press enter, then let's go to the perspective again, and it's flat, and there we have it. Now I'm going to just change a little of the lines and move them so it's not exactly in the same plane, and probably moving so they more doing the line that we want. Do it this way, depending on the project or the letter, you could probably treat it better or or different ways, more exactly as you want. So let's just move these guys also inward, so this kind of movement. Again, we shouldn't move away from the container, and this letter could be smaller, bigger, etc, etc. So now we have to say to this emitter, attach yourself to this curve and play along in a way, So it's very simple. We select the emitter, we press shift and the curve, and we just press in animation, animate motion path attached to motion path. Let's see the options. So if it doesn't work, you try to copy these options. Let's say attach. The moment you do that, it will attach itself to the beginning, and it will create two numbers, one in the beginning and another one in the end. And I think without saying much, it's going to be obvious what they mean. They're going to play from this point to that point in 500 frames. We can select the last number and change it to 150 or any other number within our time frame, and it will play it in that time. So that would mean that it will go faster or slower depending on the ending frame that we have here. Okay, you could also change the beginning. Let's see what it does. There we go. And the ending point should be exactly 150. And we have the smoke here following the curve. The next step of the tutorial, I'm going to render it to see how it looks. It's going to be about how we can change the factors that define this fluid. Better resolution, we can give turbulence, frequencies, we can dissipate it earlier, we can keep it there, etc, etc. I'm going to do a very good quality smoke in the next part of this one. I'll render so you can see what we're achieving now. Quite straightforward, not very good quality. Obviously we haven't treated neither the rendering qualities, neither the fluid qualities. So let's go to the second part and see how we do that. Okay.